Hi guys, welcome to another episode of PSLE Maths Secrets Review. In today's episode, I'm going to show you how to solve this very unusual, very interesting question. As you can see in this question itself, there are just some information given to you, which is like, two fractions, 1/3 and 1/4. And usually they will give you some kind of like total number, but this is not even given to us in the question. So if you like to find out how to solve a question like this, stay tuned all the way till the end, and you will be able to know the secrets of solving such an unusual, such an interesting question. So without further ado, let me explain to everyone how a question like this could be solved. So this question is actually very clever. It's actually very cleverly designed because it combines knowledge of fractions with bar graph. And normally, as we can see on the vertical axis, which consists of the number of students, there should be markings given to us, or minimally there should be some kind of numbers. But lo and behold, there's nothing that we can fall back on. So how should we actually solve a question like this? Not to worry. Let me unpack it for all of you. So we know that in this particular school, there are 3 main CCAs that they are focusing on. So we have the art club, we have rugby, and swimming. And it is said that 1/3 of them joined swimming. Okay, so I would like to annotate that. And they mentioned that the number of students who joined art club was 1/4 of those who joined rugby. So let me repeat this again. The number of students who joined art club was 1/4 of the number of those who joined rugby. So if you watch the previous episode, I actually mentioned that when you have a fraction between 2 characters, yes, a fraction between 2 characters, it's very useful for us to circle the numerator. Okay, like in this case, it's the numerator 1, and I point to the left, to the art club, and the denominator 4, I will circle it and point to the right. So in this case, rugby, as you know it, appeared in another line due to formatting issues. So I'll just write, R for rugby, and that is sufficient. So if I continue reading what the question wants from me, it says that the bar graph represents the number of students who join each CCA. Label the bar graph by writing R for rugby, A for art club, and S for swimming. So importantly, I will just follow the instructions of the question. So a question that I always get from my students: what if I wrote the full name of rugby, art club, and swimming? Would they actually penalize me? Would they actually take away marks from me? I will guess the answer is no. Okay, it's no, because technically R indeed stands for rugby, A for art club, and S for swimming. It's just that given the space constraints by the question, it's very hard to squeeze the entire form of the CCA into the blank itself. So now, how should we actually go ahead to solve this? So when we are facing such a question, not to worry, we can actually make use of our ruler, okay? Our ruler. So they mentioned that the art club is supposed to be 1 unit, and the rugby is supposed to be, 4 units. So with my ruler and my pencil, usually what I will do is that I will draw lines. And I realized that for the question like this, the shortest one in this case, very likely, has a very high chance of being the 1 unit, okay? And I realized that if I were to measure out the height of the shortest bar, I can actually extrapolate, and I'm actually able to cut another, I'm able to cut a total of 4 pieces from the bar on the extreme left. And this is what I'm actually trying to do to show everyone how it's meant to be solved. And for a question like this, a common mistake would be to choose the middle one as either the art club or rugby. Okay, let me just say this again. For a question like this, a common mistake is to choose the middle bar and state that it's actually art club or actually rugby. So the correct answer for the one in the middle, it has got to be swimming. It has got to be swimming. And I can arrive at that conclusion from using elimination. Because when I use my ruler and my pencil to draw lines, to actually cut the longest bar on the extreme left into 4 equal parts, I realized that the one on the extreme left has got to be R for rugby. It can't be anything else. It can't be the one in the middle. And if my bar graph, the bar on the extreme right is the shortest one, it has got to be 1 unit. And if it's 1 unit, it has got to be A for art club. And this leaves us with only one choice left for swimming. And you will realize that if we were to think about it logically, if swimming is actually 1/3, or in this case, if I were to label it properly, if I were to call the art club 1 unit, this means that the rugby has got to be 4 units. Okay, 4 units. And this will also mean, that my swimming, I will call it 1 part. And if I were to transfer the art club over to this rugby, it has got to be nearly double. It has got to be double of the swimming. Because if my swimming is 1 part, is 1/3 of the total, my rugby plus art club combined together. Okay, let me just show everyone. Okay, let me just draw the diagram. Imagine if I add the art club to the rugby. This is how it's going to look like. Okay, and you realize that it's almost double. Okay, it's almost double of the swimming, which definitely makes a lot of sense. Okay, it makes plenty of sense. So let me just include a dotted line to show everyone what's going to happen if we have 5 units. And if we have 5 units, very high chance we will arrive at our 2 parts. So I hope that from looking at this video, I've managed to make some sense for everyone with regards to this unusual, interesting question. Guys, if you enjoyed today's video or you got anything out of it whatsoever, feel free to hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. And please comment below where you guys are tuning in from. That's always good for us to know. And finally, if you are new to this channel and you haven't already, remember, hit the subscribe, hit the notifications button. There's a little bell sign, by the way. Because this year we are committed to making weekly videos to hold you accountable and to make this your best year in mathematics. But for now, this is Teacher Ray signing off. Bye bye!